Wow, I just can't catch a break. Every time I try and record that preview just a little bit early because I think I know the team, they go give me fresh injuries and I ain't got time to react and update because I'm here for my brother Expressions' birthday. So listen, when you go through my video, just remember that this Reece James Mason Mount extra animosity in the news. Oh, I did not see that coming, and we had to make those changes and those edits. But Jesus, we just can't get no luck. God damn, we in some serious shit. We better still win, guys. We better still win.
Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for your Chelsea versus Leeds preview. And I don't know why I'm smiling, because there is damn sure nothing to smile about at the moment with Chelsea. We've been having our fun. All the different YouTube channels seem to be coming up with their different managers that they would go for in their scenario of potentially a change of management. It's actually brought a little bit of a break from normality, from reality, which is that we are god awful, and it's almost like a game, you know what I mean, that we're playing here, just thinking outside the box what could happen if the worst case scenario for Graham Potter in these next couple of matches. But we get back to reality today with the preview, going into the team, going into the opposition Leeds, and we will be having a special guest as well to speak on, James, to speak on his team, to speak on the way that Leeds will approach this game with their new manager, Alex Garcia. Now, I have actually watched Leeds as well a little bit, and it's going to be a tough game, guys. I mean, especially after they did beat Southampton last weekend, and they've always had some threats to them anyway, even though they have been, nearer the bottom of the table. Nononto on the left wing, Somerville, now McKenzie, there's players in there that are going to cause problems, and we have to be aware of that. Rocco and Adams in the midfield. So this is not an easy game, and I predicted a 1-1 on the Big Six because I'm just not confident in winning any matches anymore. So that's just where I'm at. And if they're gonna try and bring the spirits up, then they've got to put in a performance. But I'm not going to expect it anymore. There's been talk of maybe Chelsea could go back to a back three. That's kind of the way Potter started off in terms of some sort of base that he's used to working with at Brighton. Back to a back three. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez is not a holding midfielder, so to cover up for his potential weaknesses of being skipped past, etc., with his lack of pace, then you can put that back three in there to just give him that extra bit of shield. Something different. We need to do something different. My team is going to be a lot of changes, a lot of difference, because we need to conjure up a way to win now. This is all about results now. This is not about fitting in the style, fitting in whatever way we're trying to play, even though we're not really getting that translated across the matches consistently. Now it's about results, and I'm putting out a team personally for me that is all about results, all about just trying to win, not concede and get one goal and get out, and that's it, because it's now squeaky bum time, as they say. Kepa obviously goes in goal. The Stamford Bridge crowd, the history of this rivalry, by the way, is huge. If we were to lose this game or even drop points, Stamford Bridge is going to be very ugly. So it's very, very important, especially going into that Dortmund game where there, for me, will 100% not be a change of manager regardless of the result against Leeds in between that game and Dortmund. Seems like they're going to minimum go with those next two games to get the fans back on side. For any sort of chance against Dortmund, momentum, the smallest bit of momentum in this match is absolutely crucial in terms of winning. Couple days, and then you've got Dortmund at home, a team that have won every game in 2023, a team that I will be watching tonight. RB Leipzig versus Dortmund versus RB Leipzig, watch along to keep an eye on Christopher Nkunku, and also to watch our opposition and see how they fare. So Kepa in goal for me. Back three, okay. Trevor Chalobah in the middle. I think he's been very harshly done by to not be in the team at the moment. Again, before the World Cup, I thought he's one of our best centre-backs, if not our best. And for me, he's a very, very good player. So I'd have him in there with Fofana to the right of him and Badiashile to the left. Badiashile, very good, progressive passing, confident stepping out of a back three, being left-footed, gives us that tactical versatility. I'm going with him. And like I said, I'm putting this together because I want a clean sheet. First and foremost, I need a clean sheet in this game. We cannot afford to concede. If we concede first and they start well, it's potentially lights out. And I'm not talking about away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix on Sunday. So yeah, for me, back three, keep that clean sheet. On the wing back positions, Reece James, Ben Chilwell. We need to start getting the best out of these guys. Way back when we're talking about, you know, us being top of the league under Tuchel before Christmas, these two were the main contributors. Before these two got injured, they were the ones giving us goals, giving us assists, giving us something different, especially in the final third. They're some of our best strikers of the ball, and they're able to give us another threat. Those overloads, build up play on one side, switch of play on the other. You've got that out ball. You've got that guy that's free and potentially able to give you a goal or a cutback. We need to start getting the best out of these guys. I'm not seeing Reece James get far enough forward, get crosses into the box. Reece James is looking pretty damn average in recent games, and that just goes to show how far we've fallen, because this guy is an undisputedly for me the best right back in the league, and one of, if not the best right back in the world. When he's at his best, nobody touches this guy. So the fact that we're not even getting anything out of him at the moment in terms of output is ridiculously insane. So back to wing back to getting in the final third and pushing these guys up. And some solidarity. In the midfield, I'm going with Enzo, Fernandez, and I'm going with Zakaria. For me, this is the most balanced double pivot we can put out in this in most circumstances. I know Kante will come back into this. I wouldn't even be opposed to a Zakaria, Enzo, and N'Golo Kante midfield free once he's back to full fitness. We need to see him coming off the bench first and accumulating those minutes. Don't take any unnecessary risks with him. We don't want him to get injured again. Of course, it looks like he's going to sign a new contract, so we even more now need to protect him and make sure that he can get back to some sort of normality in terms of fitness. I'm not expecting N'Golo Kante to ever play 35 Premier League games again, or even 35, or even maybe 32. But if we can squeeze out 25 to 30 Premier League games over this new contract, then that will do, donkey. That will do. Do you know what I'm saying? So now for me, I'm going with that. So Zakaria and Enzo Fernandez in that double pivot. Hopefully N'Golo Kante can maybe get some minutes off the bench. It would be great to see him. I think it will bring the crowd back up. The crowd, everybody absolutely loves him. It could bring a bit of confidence, but only if he's ready, like I said, and only if it's feasible. Pulisic is also coming back as well. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of that. Now for me, it's going to have to be a front three, of course, with the formation I'm playing. I'm going with, obviously, Koulibaly out of the team. He'll 100% come back in for the game against Dortmund because, obviously, Badiashile is not eligible. The front three for me, I'm looking at Raheem Sterling. I'm looking at... That's right.
No.
Mason Mount. And I'm looking at Aubameyang, right? I think João Felix, time to take him out of the firing line a little bit. He's definitely going to play a big part against Dortmund, and also Mason Mount is suspended against Dortmund. So I'm looking at that situation and thinking to myself, right, let's run with that. Let's run with that. Let's give him an opportunity to respond. It's Leeds. He understands the magnitude of this match. Opportunity for him to kind of step up. He's been out of the firing line. He's been out of the team. He's had plenty of time to kind of rest. And this kind of front three position is almost where he prefers, at least under Tuchel, is where he's been playing. It's where he's been getting his GA. So we need GA in this game. So I'm giving him that opportunity. And I'm going with Aubameyang as well because, listen, So I'm going to quickly explain my tactical changes after finding out on the train that Mason Mount and Reece James will not be available for this match, or at least Reece James is going to be a doubt. So I'm going to put Reece James as an asterisk next to Loftus-Cheek, and my thinking of Loftus-Cheek over Ziyech for that wing-back role is, of course, now Trevor Chalobah could move across in the back four into right-back with Chilwell coming back from the wing-back spot and going in that back four, but I do really want to get Chilwell up the pitch because he is a goal threat and we do need goals. And Loftus-Cheek on the right side, we've seen it at home to Juventus, we've seen it many a time before. I'd have him over Ziyech, of course, because of Nononto, his very tricky, pacey, agile self. We need somebody with a bit of PMP, a bit of strength, hopefully can bully Nononto a little bit and help us on that side. And yeah, like I said, I want to, even Loftus-Cheek could tuck in as that right side player and help in the midfield to make it a three with Zakaria and Enzo. That easily becomes a Loftus-Cheek right-sided midfield type position. So he's got multiple kind of roles in that side of the pitch. For me, so it looks like a back three, but it could become a four with a three-man midfield, turn into a 4-3-3 with Felix and Sterling up top as well if they move into the wide positions. It's very, very flexible. It's very, very easy to shift formations in game depending on what we come up against with Leeds, because of course we know that their manager, as seen in the scroll bar, is very, very flexible in terms of formation. He loves to go between like 3 or 4 different formations in his managerial career, so we can't predict anything, so we have to be flexible and ready for that. That's my team, guys. Big up.
Let me know yours.
The injuries, as always, and the suspensions and whatever's going on for both teams in terms of that is along the bottom of the screen in the scroll bar. And I'm going to kick it off and give it over to James and let him tell you about his Leeds team and how he expects them to play against us.
Host Matisse, thank you for having me on, my man. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone here has probably just heard a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5-minute diatribe about just how bad Chelsea are. And you're right, Chelsea are absolutely in the mud, and those thick, muddy waters are only going to get dirtier when Leeds come to town on Saturday. Boy, you best be prepared. That's all I'm saying, man. Javi Grazia's men, it is a different animal to what we had under Jesse Marsh, alright? And under Jesse Marsh, we still did you over. And remember when I came on the channel last time and I said it was going to be 3-1 and you all laughed at me. You called me crazy. You called me delusional. Well, my man, there is no delusion here. There is pure facts. And when I tell you Leeds are going to come to town and do the business, I seriously mean it. That Chelsea side looks placid. It looks weak for me. It looks, just too tired. There's a lack of physical threat in the midfield, and I think with our three-man midfield of McKennie, Adams and Rocker, we could really do some serious harm. And speaking of that, we are going to get into my 1-2-11 in goal. We're going to be going with the main man, Meslier. Alright, absolute gangster. Best goalkeeper in the league. Yeah, sure, he has butterfingers at times, but he is not conceding a goal on Saturday. I tell you that for nothing. In the back, we're talking senior daddy tier subscription. Firpo left back, Robin Koch and Voba next to him. At right back, we're going to be having Luke Ayling, three-man midfield, as I said. Rocker, Adams, and Weston McKennie. Alright, Dwayne the Rocker Johnson is going to be spraying those balls like nobody's business. And McKennie and Adams, oh man, you are not going to be able to live with their energy in there. More energy than a Gatorade. And thighs thicker than a Snickers. And up front, we're going to be having Wilfred Gnonto, Sourceville, and Rutter in the middle. 4-3-3. Leeds are going all guns blazing podcast style. You're going to really struggle to cling on there. I think Leeds are going to run through you like a Vindaloo on a hot summer's night. And we're going to be walking away with a 2-0 dub. Thank you very much for having me on again, Matisse. Love to all you Chelsea brothers and sisters.
Big up, James. Fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us the insight. As always, lyrically, the man is on point. He doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't skip a beat. So yeah, brilliant. And that's the lead side of things, to give you that kind of extra detail in terms of what you expect from them. They're going to be a very difficult side. He's confident. It's going to be extremely difficult. I have no doubts about that. I don't expect us to blow them away. I mean, we could barely even score a goal. Like I said, we scored 1 goal last month. So a 1-0, a 2-1... 2 goals, so I'm asking for a lot, aren't I? I'm doing too much. I'd be more than happy. Any type of win would be great. Any type of drop points is, again, poor, not good enough at home to a team in the relegation dogfight, and it just further cements, again, that we are in not only relegation form, but are going to get absolutely dragged down into that bottom half of the table if we do not start to pick up those points. But yeah, I'm going with that team. João Felix, I'm kind of saving him for Dortmund because it's a massive match and he's going to be absolutely key, critical in that 10 position. But Koulibaly is going to be playing against Dortmund, saving him, critical, key. And yeah, maybe João Felix to come off the bench in this game, see how he, kind of gets into the game, what he does, what he contributes, and we go from there. So that's my team. And let's see, guys, what we can do. And listen, at the end of the day, we need to win. Absolutely need to win. It's under no circumstances can we pick up any other result. I hope Enzo fares a bit better in this game as well. And like I said, guys, we must. All eyes will be on us. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of the team. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of Leeds and the way they could threaten us and what you're worried about. Somerville, like I said, Gnonto. It's going to be a tough day on the flanks, man. And that's why I've gone with that back three for the extra security for Ben Chilwell and for Reece James, who have kind of been switched off a little bit at times in defensive situations and some of the goals conceded. And like I said, I'm throwing in even Mason Mount in there to try and see if this, dropping off him has given him a little kickstart. Give João a little bit of a breather and again, even defensive solidarity. Hopefully Mason can help us off the ball and shore up that midfield, because I'm not trying to lose that midfield battle between us, Rocco, and Adams. I'm not trying, and McKennie. I'm not trying to lose that midfield battle, so I'm going extra in there. It's not going to be the most maybe entertaining game, but it's a game that we must. Until next time, big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.